Hi everyone. What I'd like to do today is show you 6 different ways for carrying water when you're out in the woods. They all have pluses and minuses. I'm going to talk about weight, cost, and durability, and flexibility. Those are probably my big 4. So let's get started right away. First thing that I wanted to show you is the standard USGI plastic 1 quart canteen. It's a little bit on the heavy side. I've got my scale out here, 5.2 ounces. It's really not all that bad. The one important thing with these that you want to keep in mind, when you buy them, make sure that you get the real USGIs and not the knockoffs. The knockoffs have this lid, the cap, and the retention device as one piece. The good ones, you could turn the cap independent of that retention device. The cheap ones, the retention device spins around with you. It's kind of a pain in the butt. It's durable. I've used these for years. I've always had really good luck with them. One downside is it's hard to tell exactly how much water you have left in here, so that's a downside. These are $3-4 at a surplus store. Nalgene has gone ahead and they've upped the USGI canteen by 1 level by making a clear version of it. One of the things that's nice is dimensionally it's almost identical to the USGI canteen, which means the drinking cup and the stove kit fit as nicely around this Nalgene as they do around the original canteen. But the difference is with the Nalgene, you can actually see how much water you have left. The Nalgene is also a little bit lighter. The Nalgene comes in at 4.6 ounces. So a lot of the same advantages of the USGI canteen. They're a little bit pricier. These are $8 to $10 somewhere in that area. Next one that I want to cover is the old standby, the Nalgene 32-ounce plastic bottle. There used to be an issue on these with something they called BPA. Potentially it was a cancer causer. All of the new ones are marked BPA free. It's not an issue anymore. The Nalgene is one of the only ones that actually has individual measurement markings on it, so you know exactly how much water you're pouring out, especially if you're making recipes or rehydrating things. That's kind of handy to have. Nice thing about the Nalgene is that if you're using some of these filters, because it's the wide mouth, the filter screws right on so that when you're pumping water, it goes straight into your container. On all of my containers, I always put maybe 10 or 12 feet of Gorilla tape or 100-mile-an-hour tape around it. It doesn't really add any weight to it, but what it does do is it gives you the tape, so if you need it for repairs, you've got it. With the tape in place, this comes right in at 7 ounces, and they're about the same price as the Nalgene canteens, between $8 and $10 depending on where you get them. This is a GSI cup that's designed to fit over the bottom of the Nalgene, and it nests. A little bit of weight to it, but what's nice about this is if you need to purify water, you can boil water in this cup and then pour it off into the container here. If I was only going to carry one water carrier, this would probably be it. This is the Guyot Designs stainless steel water bottle. They've got 32-ounce units, and they've also got them a little bit smaller than that. This is the tapered one. What I've done to this one is twofold. First thing I did was I took high temperature paint and I spray painted it black so that it absorbs heat a little bit more readily. If I would leave this out in the sun, it would absorb heat and heat the water inside there. I've also wrapped it with about 2 inches of fiberglass wick. The nice thing about the fiberglass wick is this allows me to actually take this bottle with the water boiling in it and take it off of the fire without burning my hands, as long as I don't touch the metal. Also with this little leash can be removed, which is something that you would need to do if you were going to use it and you were going to put it in the fire. Let's see here, this comes off like this, and then you just take the lid off, put that in the fire. I've also made char cloth in this. I saw this on a Canterbury video, making char cloth in these. It's a great little item. It is heavy. With the lid, it comes in at 11.9 ounces. It's also a little bit pricey. They're around 30 bucks. plus the couple of additions and changes that I did to it. But it does work very well. It is very flexible. You can boil water. You don't need another container. This is a great survival item. Next item that I want to show you is made by MSR. There's a couple of different companies that make these flexible bladders. Some make them out of a clear plastic. This is made out of Cordura. It's a very heavy duty item. The weight on it is not bad. The weight on it is only about 3.7 ounces, but it has the wide mouth opening so you can hook your filter right into it. And then there are two different ways to drink out of it. You can either open up the little spigot here and squirt, or you can drink straight out of this, just depending on how you want to do it. These are also a little bit pricey. These run around $30. One of the beautiful things about this is when you're not using it, it takes a very, very little room in your pack. So this is something that you might use to fill up when you get to a water source, and you carry it with you. As you use the water, it gets smaller and smaller and eventually almost goes away. Now, the ultimate in simplicity is just a regular 16-ounce plastic water bottle. They weigh almost nothing. This one weighs about 0.4 of an ounce. So if I got two of these for 32 ounces, I've got less than 1 ounce of plastic. You can refill them, you can reuse them. The durability can be a little bit subject. I've had a couple of these leak in my pack, which is not a good thing. I've never had any of these other ones leak in my pack. But if you want to talk about ultimate, lightweight, minimalistic, just take the water in the bottles that you buy it in, and you can carry with those. These are free when you buy the water. So those are the 6 different ways that I've got to carry water. They've all got advantages and disadvantages. Take the information that I've given you, double check it against other reference sources. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments section. I will do the best I can to answer them. And as always, I hope you enjoyed watching my video. I hope you learned something today. And hey, take your kids camping. Have a great day, everybody.